Hey friends, welcome to episode 25 of Last Ditch Effort. My name is Pacasha and this is my knitting podcast, if you will, about knitting and using up my stash and other weird stuff that just pops into my head that I have no filter to stop. Anyway, so welcome. Glad you're here. I'll have all my links below and you can find me on Instagram and Ravelry and all that stuff, and give me a follow because that's awesome and that just would be cool. Also subscribe. I don't know what, I feel weird saying that. Subscribe, like it, whatever, or don't. That's fine too. Kind of weird energy. I had a nice walk this morning, so I'm awake. Yeah, and I'm here. I don't know. My body's awake. Maybe my brain isn't quite, but that's okay. Okay, so episode 25. So we've made it a good, nice number. Not round number, but a lovely number nonetheless. Anyway, I'm having a drink. Sorry. It's just grapefruit Soleil. Not really a drink. Anyway, yeah, but it's allergy season, so there's the tickle in my throat and there's sneezing and stuff like that. So this is gonna help me get through this. Okay, so let's start with what I'm wearing. This is a little shawlette that I made. I actually have it pulled up. Let's see what year I made it. This is 2018, I think. It's an 8 or a 6. Once again, I don't have my glasses because of the whole ring light thing, so after a certain point, it kind of doesn't matter how old it is, right? But this is called Ode to Vera, and it's by tshep. I'll have a link, or not a link below, but I'll have it written out below. So if you want to go to Ravelry and look for it, you can. If you want to look on Instagram, whatever. But yeah, it's just like a little shawlette. And the colors are my favorite part. And those I blatantly stole from another version of this by a Raveler called Smallfanfan, who is a fantastic knitter. Anyway, they had posted their project and I love their colors so much. This is all Knitpicks Palette, and this is Opal Heather. This one, the original was Brass Heather, but they didn't have it in stock, but I had Serpentine. So that's Serpentine. I think this is either Salsa Heather or Raspberry Heather. I get those mixed up all the time, so they're pretty similar, but not. And this is Sweet Potato. And just like the unnatural or cream color. Anyway, I haven't worn it in a while, so I thought it would be fun. So that's what I'm doing. Okay. Do I have a finished object? I do have a finished. Oh, I also don't have my numbers again. I do have my notebook back, but I haven't actually like added all the stuff that I need to add and taken out stuff like what I just finished. I have no idea like what I've used and stuff like that. So it's just not accounted for. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. There's only so many places I can put stuff, but so this week, or these last 2 weeks, I've had some failures and frogs. Anyway, I was getting frustrated. I was working on kind of designing a cowl that had like an Ohio star patchwork type thing right there, and then it was going to be kind of a kerchief style, you know, cowl, whatever. And I was doing that with short rows and like mired squares and stuff, and it was kind of cool, but it just wasn't laying flat, and so I kept trying like all these different versions, and none of them really worked out as like cleanly as I wanted them to. Is that the right word? I don't know. Anyway, so I had all these little balls of wool after I tore it all apart, and I didn't really feel like throwing it away, so I picked up a color of, I think it's Jamieson and Smith, I'm not sure, or Jamieson of Shetlands, that I really don't like, which is this yellow. And then I just started one by one color working in just my scraps from that project, and I just grabbed them kind of willy-nilly. And turned into this, and I think that turned out really cool. So I'll hold it back here. So it's just a little hot water bottle cover. And in our house, we use hot water bottles a lot, a lot. We got new ones last year. So anyway, so we use the covers and they get worn out because, you know, they're in bed, there's heat, there's friction, there's, yeah. So it was time for a fresh one. So anyway, I'll just put that up there. So I just held like, I just randomly picked up weird colors and odds and ends, and not all of them were from my experiment this week, but most of them were. So something came out of all of that time. It's not really wasted time. I don't consider it wasted time, but on some level it feels wasted, so at least I have something to kind of show for it, or at least not just throw the yarn away because I knit it and reknit it so many times. But that's my only finished thing this week. 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks. I keep forgetting. Okay. Works in progress. The one that, okay, I ripped out my leg warmers, and I think I said Malabrigo last time, but it's Madelinetosh. Yeah, the Madelinetosh is a DK, and it was just kind of dense and heavy, and like even though it was ribbing for around my calves, like it still just like felt heavy. And I knew that, you know, if I was like running or anything like going uphill or whatever, that they wouldn't really stay up. So kind of just not a good yarn for that project. So I ripped those out, and that's the state of that. And what else? The one that I didn't work on much was Mark's sweater, which I've just joined the 3rd ball, so I have, you know, it's getting places, but I think that's where I was last time. So really not far at all. Maybe I was a little bit further down, but not much. And this is, oh, I brought the book this time. I am using Ann Budd's The Knitter's Handy Book of Sweater Patterns. Oh, ring light. Oh, ring light, stop. Anyway, what it is you do like a gauge swatch, and then you put in your numbers, and she tells you how to make all kinds of different sweaters with different like collars and decrease whatever's pieces. I don't know. Anyway, she also has a one that for sweaters in the round, which is a good book too. And then her first book of this type of series is it has like hats and mittens and vests and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so I talked a lot about this last time, but these Ann Budd books are almost priceless to me. Like, these are super handy and useful, and you get a bunch of sizes and, I don't know, a blank canvas for just about anything you want to make. So, and she gives suggestions for stitch patterns and, you know, stuff to spice it up, but you can plug in your own things and they usually turn out pretty good. So that's what I'm using for Mark's sweater. And the yarn is Wool of the Andes, worsted in cranberry. Yeah, so that's that project. This is going to get a lot more attention now because the next project that I have been working a ton on, I had only just started it last time, and I've worked a significant amount. Like, I already have the first 100-gram skein completely in there, and now I'm on the second one. And I'm coming to the realization, because I'm still not even remotely close to the second color band at the bottom of this shawl, I'm going to run out of yarn. I'm not going to have enough for the bottom, the edging, which is supposed to be in this color again. Okay, let's start from the beginning. This is Copperwing by Wool and Pine. And it's pretty big, triangular, with these like faux cables. They're just a twisted stitch. See, this is where I was last time, so I've done quite a lot. Anyway, oh, I'm showing you the back. There, maybe now you can see the little twisted stitch. And I've got a lot done. Join the second scan, like I'm way down here. And then there's a second color that's a different texture, stitch pattern. And then there's an edging that's supposed to be this color again. Anyway, I still have a ways to go on this. And I've used quite a bit. Like, this is not dense at all. There's a lot taken out of this already. So I'm worried that I'm not going to have enough. And it was a new release, and so not a lot of people had done it. And kind of, this is such a judgy little pet peeve, but I like to know like yardage that people use in their projects, and not everybody puts that in Ravelry, and I should know better than to start something without a lot of people saying how much they've used. And this pattern just, it's just eating the yarn. And I think I was kind of iffy because the base is Hawthorne, although I have overdyed it, but it has like less yardage for 100 grams than the typical like fingering weight yarn does. So it's, yeah, I was asking for it. But I didn't know it was going to be that big of a difference. So now I'm going to have to change my game plan because I have to come up with 3 colors that work together and not just 2. And I don't think I'm really going to like my second color, which is hand spun. I've shown it before. I don't think I have a third color that I'm going to like with both of these, but I may be able to find 2 other colors that might work on this. But anyway, when I get down to where it's time to join the next color, it may go on hold for a while until I think about it, or I'm not going to frog it. I'll figure out something. Maybe I just won't have an edge or something. I don't know. But kind of a bummer, huh? Anyway, I can't get any more of this because, well, I can't. Like, I don't think they even make the base color of this anymore, much less like this is hand dyed, and that's already hard to recreate. So yeah, Copperwing Woolen Pine uses a lot more yarn than you think it will, and it takes a freaking long time too, but that's okay. More knitting is good knitting, right? Anyway, the last work in progress I have is La Bandana. Is it from Ame? I think you're supposed to say Ame, Gile, I don't know. You know, it's the La Bien Ame girl, lady, woman, person. I'm making this along with 2 friends. One my friend Alicia, who has a podcast, which I'll link her below to, Edmiston Creations, and our friend Emily, who we're teaching to knit. And I only knit it when I'm around Emily, apparently, because that hasn't been as much lately. So I'm only like a little bit into it, and I mean, it's going to be really pretty. It's just not like a priority project, and that's okay. This is Madelinetosh Pashmina in Whiskey Barrel, which Madelinetosh, I love their colorways anyway, but Whiskey Barrel and Tart are like my 2 absolute favorite colors of yarn ever of all time. So I'll just get that closer so you can see. It's so moody, and I think it's a really versatile like color because, yeah, many reasons, but anyway. So I'm not very far on that. Maybe I'll have some progress next time I record, but probably Mark's sweater is going to get most of the attention. Kind of a bummer about that shawl. I mean, I don't really know what to do, and sorry, this chair is squeaking and uncomfortable. Yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm kind of thinking I need to find 2 solids, but I don't even think like 50 grams is enough for the next two colors. So I'm going to have to find like 100-gram skeins or large amounts of leftovers to do the bands. Just kind of a bummer. Like, I don't know. That just makes it kind of an impractical shawl to pick yarn for. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just feeling kind of conflicted about it, and not conflicted. I know I'm gonna finish it, but I'm on this kick where I like to, you know, start a project and finish a project and not have a lot, and now that's just kind of throwing a wrench in the works, and as my husband would say, a spanner in the works. So if you're from not the United States, spanner. Which may be what I name this project. I don't know. Maybe if you have a suggestion, let me know. I honestly, unless you're really familiar with my stash, you probably are just as perplexed as I am, if not more so. Anyway, that's all I have. That's all I have on the needles. Don't really have anything planned either. I got my, oh, I should show you. This is a spoiler, but whatever. I don't think anybody really cares. So this will be the Madelinetosh Decades Club, which only has one more installment next month. This is the grunge, the 90s one that just came in, and so I'll show you that. And I also got another little kit, and I'll show you that too. I don't really like to do acquisitions, but these may be the next things on the needles, so I think that's what I'm trying to, that's the angle I'm coming from with this. Not look at the crap that I keep buying, but this is kind of going on the needles next. So hi again. Don't you wish I knew how to edit so you didn't have to watch me do that? Okay, so this was the bag that the 90s one came in, and I'm just not a fan of like neons. I don't know, it's cute, whatever, it's, you know, the 90s. It's all about mixtapes. I guess CDs, really. I think we were kind of growing out of tapes, but I know I had CDs. So this is it's Wool Cycle Sport. I don't have a lot of sport in my stash, so it's kind of nice. It's GarageBand. It has lots of the speckles are a little closer. It's got orange and red and brown, and I think it'll be cool. So we'll see what that becomes, but I am like plugging the yardage into Ravelry and trying to find patterns that will suit it. Yeah, and it'll be nice because it's sport, and I like to work with sport. Also, in here, I just had to show you this. My friends are in a band called Poets Row, and they made little matchbooks. Isn't that cute? Like, what a fun, like, it's better than a business card. But anyway. Yeah, so Google this band. They're awesome. Poets Row. It's Mickey and Emily, and they're awesome people and have beautiful music. Okay, that's the first thing I bought. No, we're not doing it like that. That's going to be on my needles soon. This next thing I got, and this is actually crowdsourcing because I know what I bought, but I kind of didn't really think about it as much as I may have needed to. This is from Wild in the Woods, and I follow them on Instagram, and they had this really cool kit with like this tree stump printed little project bag and a couple of little progress keepers, and it's just really cute. It's really nicely curated, and the yarn is 100-gram skein and then a mini skein, and they are gorgeous. I think it's Elven Cloak. Yeah, Elven Cloak. I mean, it's just so beautiful and foresty. And I think it was intended to be a sock set, but this yarn is a single ply, and while it's got that rustic earthiness that's just fabulous, I would still be hesitant to make socks out of this because of the wear. I think it would wear right through that single ply. So it's not particularly soft. It's not bothering me, but I could see maybe some people would find that prickly. So if you have an idea, maybe something with just like the tiniest bit of color work or a stripe or something, I don't know. I think it's gorgeous. So I think this is 400 yards. And yeah, it's a 50 gram, apparently. 400 and 200. So I could do like a fairly decent sized shawl with like a little lace border. That might be kind of pretty. But I don't have anything remotely like this to pair it with. It's just such a cool yarn. Let's see if I can get it up there. My stomach's growling. My stomach's always growling. Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh, oof. So ideas appreciated for this one. That's not all that came into my stash, and I think part of the reason I haven't done my numbers and shared them is because I ordered a lot of Stitch Please, and I mean, I'm not supposed to be, I'm trying not to buy any more yarn anyway because I've got a lot and I want to use it, and I have so many projects that I want to make, and there's just, it's getting overwhelming. It has always been overwhelming, but now it's even more so because I kind of lost my mind buying a few sweater quantities, 4 sweater quantities of Stitch Please when it was on sale. So hopefully I will have some nice sweaters to show you, but right now I just have a lot more yarn. But I got it, it's all fitting in here still. I don't think I have anything. Yeah, I do have. I got my colorwork yarn out. There's some on my palette, but some of it is in a little basket over here that I took out when I was working on my experiment. So it doesn't all fit in there anymore, and I've kind of rearranged to get more to fit in there. So I need to make a push to not cram it in. I don't want it to cram in. Nobody wants squished yarn. There is like a significant amount of space there, but I'm just kind of disappointed in myself that I have no self-control. And now we're at the part of the podcast where I sit and stare and try to make up things to say, and I don't have anything. So let's just avoid all of that. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. I hope that you're making something beautiful. Let me know below what you're working on. I know several of you have mentioned some things, and if you have progress on that, let me know. That'd be great. Let me know who you are on Instagram or Ravelry so I can follow you and heart all your projects and just see what you're up to. Yeah, that's it. You guys take care, stay healthy and well and at peace, and I love you all. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.